Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. It is 7:07 Friday, October 21st, 67 degrees, getting up to 73 today. 90% chance of rain. WOBMAM 1160 and 1310 News Talk Radio. Streaming live on the Radio Pup app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. We are now joined in studio by contemporary artist Rick Tucker.
Hey, Jeremy.
How are you?
Good. Yourself?
If I was any better, Rick, there'd be two of me. You know what I mean? So why don't you explain for us what is a contemporary artist?
Well, a contemporary artist is someone who does painting using acrylic, oil, mixed media. Contemporary is a widely used term. It could mean anything that it specifically means to the artist. It could be going down to the beach, abstract designs, anything like that, any kind of nature like that. Anything that appeals to them in their inner feelings and expressions of what they want to put out there on canvas.
Very cool.
So
it sounds like it's kind of a catch-all. Like I'm feeling like maybe I could be a contemporary artist. No,
you could.
Yeah. No,
I could see it.
No, only if stick figures qualified, then I'm all in.
Well, everybody starts with stick figures, Jeremy. So
Yeah. Well, listen. At some point, you're supposed to graduate from that, though, Rick. That never happened for me. So, Rick, why don't you tell us how did you get started as an artist? I mean, when did you realize that you were touched with the gift? How did you know?
I was young, around 12, 13, I guess. I had to always be around paints and pencils and crayons and all that stuff. So, and then high school, I majored in art and I took classes later on after that. So it was always a mainstay with me. I always felt comfortable and relaxing, and I can create and think and express my thoughts and everything.
Right.
With painting, it was always an outlet for me.
So it became kind of like it was an escape, right, on some level, or a way to kind of just relax and.
It wouldn't necessarily escape, but it expanded my thoughts, and I was able to, it just
right,
okay. Incorporate my feelings and everything. And
so when we look at the early works of Rick Tucker, right? What are we looking at?
My first painting was a sunset, and I did it in high school. And it's my favorite one. I have it. I won't sell it. I admire it so much because not only was my first painting, it was my first acrylic. I learned the techniques of the shading in the sun,
right,
and the art. I went to Hackensack, and they were great art teachers there. Both of them that were there for years were known for their expertise, and they trained me in my techniques with acrylic painting.
Right. Now, you also, from what I understand, you also did some painting in your house.
I did.
Yeah.
Against my parents' wishes a little bit after they saw it. They said, "What is she doing down there?" I painted the hall going down to the basement with bright acrylic colors. I think it was the first time I went to the mall to get paints.
Right.
And came out pretty spiffy. They
looked
liked it.
good.
After they looked at it, they couldn't really say anything. They said the kid's got talent. So
at first they were like, "I can't believe you just painted on our walls." Right. They're like, "Okay, that was good.
Exactly.
We're okay with that now."
But then they said that the walls needed painting anyway. So it's
so that was good. So next thing, you're painting the whole house, right? There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, they stopped me there.
That was it. Yeah. That was it. So okay. So you okay. I'm going to ask you. This is where we're gonna throw down right here. Okay, you ready? So this was your first painting, right? You did this first painting, which is the sunset, right?
Yeah.
And you say it's not for sale. Now, I'm gonna take the Donald Trump angle for a second. Everything's for sale.
Not this.
Really? If somebody offered you some obscene, disgusting amount of money, you'd be like, no. Too much sentimental value.
I'll make prints of it and sell the prints, but not the original. Yeah.
See, that's what makes you an artist, because I would just be like, no, well, listen, that sounds like a good number to me.
Yeah.
It has too much value for you.
Unique and different from most of my other paintings. And it's my first one, so I want to keep it.
I understand. I understand. So how do you so now you've worked on this craft. You feel like you got the art thing, flowing, right? You're doing good stuff. How do you get yourself out there? Where do you go? Like, how do you, that's the biggest issue, isn't it? I mean, it's just like you hear there are so many great, you hear these people sing and you're like, what a fantastic voice. What separates them from, the singer who just put out an album, right? Taylor Swift. So what's the secret for an artist? How do you get out there?
Well, of course, it's networking like everything else. I'm a member, a long-term member of Tom's River Artist Community, and we network with each other, and we streamline to put together shows in different medias in different counties, and mainly both in Ocean County, but eventually we try to look to network in Monmouth County also with them. That's been a suggestion of some of our members, so we can expand our group. But it's a great number of people. We get together and discuss different techniques and everything, and share avenues to try to propagate our art and everything. So like I said, it's a great bunch of people, and we do shows for different organizations, and it's an ever expanding group. They're located right on Main Street, although they use the county library now for their meetings. But that's usually how we network to get other jobs and things.
So how do you do? I mean, do you sell a lot of your work? I mean, are you always on tour? Are you always at a different festival every weekend, looking to see where you could set up and do your thing?
Usually there's something come down the line, like within the next couple of months or something in one town or something that we could, network with. We display at the libraries also, the Ocean County Library we display at, and we just participated in a Harvest Fest in Tom's River.
Right.
And, so there's a lot of places that we display in during the year, and we're trying to network and get more events coming up each year.
Okay,
so,
cool.
But we share ideas and everything, and, members here, that if they have another organization or something that we can network with, we discuss it and we plan it out for the next coming year.
Right, I got you. All right, so when we come back, Rick Tucker, contemporary artist, when we come back, could we talk about what you would do to maybe kind of like reimagine an arts community in our downtown Toms River area? We actually just had a kind of a seminar on that a few weeks ago, where I shouldn't say seminar, it was really a gathering of folks to cull ideas from the community about what we could do to revitalize and create an artist-type community downtown. So I'm sure you have some ideas on that. We could talk about that when we get back?
Sure.
Cool. We'll talk about that. We'll give you your magic wand. And, because there's a lot of things you could do with a magic wand.
I know.
And we'll do more.
Okay.
Rick Tucker, contemporary artist, back after this.
Everything you need to know about the Jersey Shore. This is Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Hey, 720, we're talking to Rick Tucker. He's a contemporary artist. Rick is also available for voiceovers if you have any interest. But, we just made the pitch for you there. See what we did?
Thanks, sir.
No problem. So, Rick, talk to me about your new abstract series. I'm excited. Talk to me.
Okay, well, my standard art, I used a lot of symbology. I like from different backgrounds, like Oriental. I did Kabbalah. I did the Yin Yang symbol. A lot of people like that stuff. It's not religious, but it's spiritual, because I also have a lot of interest in spiritual issues. Those were my forte at the time. I started branching off into abstracts, which I make. They're a lot larger now, and everybody loves my abstracts. I'm using mixed media in them. There's a few that I use cranberry glass. Everybody doesn't know what cranberry glass is. It's a decorating glass, and I happen to accidentally break a big bowl of cranberry glass. So instead of throwing it away, I crushed it up and I made made it a medium.
It's like when they drop the chocolate and the peanut butter, and next thing you know, they got Reese's peanut butter cups. They just stumble on these things
because it's not inexpensive glass.
Right.
It's valuable glass. So I saved it, and I utilized that in my abstract paintings, and everybody loves that. Other kind of material that I use, and building medium. If any artists are out there, I used building medium in it to make the texture. And these new paintings, my new abstracts, are like 28 by 30, even some a little bit bigger. And all my paintings are like really bright colors, and everybody seems to enjoy them.
Very cool, very cool.
And everything is moderately priced.
Right, so. Moderately priced, except for the one that you first did, which is priceless.
This is priceless. Absolutely priceless.
So you have a very diverse range. You go from moderately priced all the way to priceless. Anyway,
I would say that overall priceless.
Okay, well, that's good. Moving right along. So we talked a little about downtown Toms River. So what is it that you see? What do you think needs to happen to branch out more?
I've been a member of Tracks, also known as Tracks, Toms River Artist Community, for over 5 years now. And when I just first joined, they were very small, trying to get a lot of members. Slowly, they incorporated their shows, and now they're gaining members by leaps and bounds. Every year, it gets larger and larger, and I encourage any artists or local people that are interested in the arts to come down and join us because we're a great team. It's just the beginning with Toms River now.
Sure.
Because it's starting. I see it progressively increasing, and the arts growing to be like Asbury Park or that
Red
area
Bank.
or the Highlands, Red Bank.
Yeah.
And I should just see it ever expanding. So I think there's a great promise for it.
Absolutely, Rick. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. Rick, it's that time where we give you the magic wand, right? The pixie dust, the fairy dust, the ability just to wiggle your nose to make an impact. Rick, what are you doing? What are you doing with it, Rick? As far as my art, or as far as Rick, it's up to you. What do you want? You get one wish. One wish. All right, listen.
I wish we could get along in this country and don't bicker about
exactly.
Get a decent person in there to fix the.
Listen, no politics here. We don't talk politics on this show, Rick. Rick, where can people get in touch with you? Do you have a website? Do you have an email address?
Sure.
What can they do?
My email is earthrick@aol.com, EARTHRICK, and you can reach me there if you can't reach me for any websites. Again, that's earthrick@aol.com. And let me see here. I have a website, earthrick.com.
Nice.
And sachionline.com. And I'm in the midst of creating a new revised website.
Very cool.
Okay.
So earthrick.com, not to be confused with Mars Rick or Venus Rick.
That's right.
Who are they're also artists, but not nearly as good as Earth Rick, in case you're wondering. Right?
Yeah, and there's only one.
There's only one Earth Rick. He's priceless. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Rick Tucker, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Affordable, wonderful art. Thank you.
Absolutely affordable.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Wonderful art. Hometown View, and then the news, and then us. Be right back.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.